Hey, we are live. How's it going, guys? I hope everyone is doing amazing tonight. Uh, Let me know if you have any questions. This is a live Q&A show where we are going to go deep today. I got a bunch of questions in from different people. So if you have any questions along the way, please feel free. Just type it in this live chat box right over here and I will get to your question, I promise. No matter how kind of weird or crazy it is, I will try to tackle some of them, but don't try to spam me. Don't try to, put some crazy stuff in there that nobody wants to see. Try and be cool. Try and be like ethical, nice, and I'll get to your question. So right off the bat, one of the questions that I received this week was in my comments of my YouTube videos, and it said it was from Just Live It, I believe was his name, and super cool guy, comments on a lot of my posts. I totally appreciate you, Just Live It. If you're watching this, totally appreciate the questions and appreciate all the love you've been showing me on my different posts. But one of the questions you asked is, what is my job? What do I do for work? Right? And I get why he asked that. One of the main reasons somebody would ask that question is because I make a lot of videos. You guys see me around 12 noon every single day. I go live and I make a little video about the things that I'm thinking about, or about weight loss, or about living a healthy lifestyle. Whatever is on my mind, I basically make a live video right at 12 noon. So he's like, where do you work? Like, what is your job? And I'll tell you right now, I work as, well, I feel like, let me just say this. Personally, I feel like I have two jobs. All right, that's what it feels like. That's how I act, and that's what how my life works. Right. The first job is that I am a virtual assistant for a stock trading education company. The funny story, my best friend growing up, like we were friends since before we were 1 year old. He actually we were in different grades, but we were like really good friends early on, and then we kind of grew apart because we were in different grades. He was in a grade below me, although he was older than me. Weird situation. But anyway, he ended up going on to be massively successful in the stock trading space, and he started teaching other people how to trade stocks, and he owns this massive website and business based on that. So I'm kind of the back-end support team that he has, where I'm just basically answering emails, doing all his payment processing, doing the back end of his login system and his accounts, and just basically helping that business run smoothly throughout the day. So I do that from 7:30 in the morning to about 4 in the afternoon. And the coolest part about it is I get to work from home. So I literally can work in my pajamas all day if I want to, and I get to work from home. I'm always around my kids and stuff, not while I'm working usually. I try to separate myself, but for the most part, my kids are at home with me. There's no travel time, wasting my time in the car or wasting my time, going to and from work. So I get to spend a lot more time with my kids. And, ever since I had children, it's been a huge dream of mine to work from home, and now it feels amazing to actually be able to have that dream becoming true. And I spend a lot of time with them, so it's super cool. That's my first job. And then my second job is right here, what I'm doing right now. I make YouTube videos. I work really hard on my Instagram. If you haven't found me on Instagram, go check it out. I post this series called Why Food is Dope. And basically, we talk about all the different whole plant-based foods and what's so great about them and the way that the body benefits from them. If you haven't found me yet on Instagram, I would say definitely go do it. I'll type it over here in the chat box. It's at Ryan Foodie. So anybody that's interested, you can go follow me over there. And it's super cool that, I spend so much time just trying to inspire other people and help other people become the best version of themselves. And I really want to inspire and connect people to living a long, thriving, and vibrant lifestyle filled with energy and passion. And that's been my why for the past few months now, and I've really been tackling it every single day, posting a massive amount of valuable content and trying to connect with people because, you know, I love people, and I love like just our unlimited power and ability to do the amazing things that we put our mind to. And I really want to just connect with the most amount of people that I possibly can on a one-to-one basis and get to know you and understand people and just grow as a community or a family. So that's basically my whole goal with everything that I'm doing here. And I count it as my second job, and I take it very, very, very seriously. And I work endless hours trying to perfect it, trying to reach more people, trying to have a bigger impact, and trying to, you know, bring my vision together. And it's because, you know, I just believe that health is the foundation for every other area of life, and all of the success and all of the love and all of the happiness and joy that you want in life can be found on the other side of health. And I operate from that place. And that's really why I do that. So that's the first thing, was what is my job? And then in the same sentence, Just Live It asked, where did I meet my wife? Which is pretty interesting. I don't know what made him think of those two things. Maybe it's a reflection of the thing that he thinks about. Maybe he wants to know where he can meet a partner in life. And I don't know. I don't know why he asked that, but I will tell you where I met my wife. We met at what is called Great Wolf Lodge. If you've never heard of it, it's a hotel water park, and it was our job. We worked there. So we met at work. So if you're looking to find the love of your life, start talking to your coworkers and connecting with them, and, you know, getting to know them on a deeper level, because that's how it all started for us. And now, you know, many years later, we have 2 children. We couldn't be happier. We have our own place. We have our own business. We have our own love life, and everything is flowing beautifully, and we couldn't be happier with the way things are going. But yeah, so we met at work. We were just both lifeguards at Great Wolf Lodge at the water park there. I was there for 3 years. She was there for like a year or something. But what happened was I hurt my knee. I actually tore my meniscus in my knee from doing a backflip off of a water slide. Funny story, kind of. And then I ended up getting workers' comp for a long time. So I was getting paid to sit at home because I had to get knee surgery. So I got this knee surgery. I'm sitting at home getting paid. And, you know, I'm kind of doing some silly stuff with my life. I was partying a lot. I was hanging out with certain people that I wouldn't necessarily hang out with today, first choice. But, you know, it is what it is. I was a young guy. I came back to work, and Mandy, my wife, was there. She was working. She was already there for a few months, but I was hurt the whole time she was there. So then we instantly kind of clicked and started hanging out outside of work. We started, going on dates and hanging out. And after that, we moved in together. We had an amazing summer together. And then at the end of the summer, you know, we were partying. We were doing some crazy stuff, young kids, just having fun in our first apartment. At the end of the summer, she told me, Ryan, I'm pregnant. Oh snap, right? So then we were in a situation where we were going to have a baby, and everything got really serious. So we really started focusing on our relationship, and we started focusing on how we can build an amazing life for our children. And then, yeah, I mean, fast forward, you know, we've all had a decent amount of different crazy jobs, and we've moved 3 or 4 times. We had to move back in with my parents a few times. It's a dramatic, long story about, you know, failures and triumphs. And I tried to share a lot of my failures here on YouTube because I don't want to just share the successful stories. I think it's important that more people hear the hard things that people go through, and it's not all just like roses and love and unicorns. There's a lot of other ups and downs, just like everybody else's life. You know, I'm sure you can relate. It's not always peachy keen. There's a lot of triumphs and tribulations in between. So that's how I met my wife. You know, we were just working, doing a job, and then, you know, one day we just clicked on it and we just became really good friends and then started dating, and then things just snowballed from there. And here we are today, and super happy. She's my business partner. She's my partner in raising my children. She's involved in every area of my life. We have a super close connection, and anybody that knows us can probably attest to that. And I love her so much. She's like the best wife, parent, and partner that anybody could ask for. So super happy on that front. The next question. Now that was just a few personal questions. Thank you again, Just Live It, for being a supporter of what we do here at Love Food Lifestyle, and for, you know, commenting on a lot of my videos, and for asking questions. If anybody else has any questions, comment in the live chat box next to this video, and I'll make sure that I answer your question no matter what it is. Now we're going to start snowballing into more health and wellness related you know, tips, tricks, and tactics. So the first thing is, how does one go about toning, not necessarily losing weight? All right, so they want to tone the body. So somebody asking that, I would say, probably is comfortable with their weight that they're at. They're not feeling like they're overweight or like they have all this extra pounds that they're carrying around, but their body isn't looking, you know, toned, firm, muscular. They don't have the aesthetic look and appeal of their body the way that they want it to look. And, you know, ultimately everybody should have the body that they want to have, and it's up to us to learn to figure out how to sculpt it and figure out how we can work it out and how we can eat the right foods in order to get it there. So when it comes to toning, there's two things that you really should focus on, and that is, in my opinion, that is cardio. Because, you know, even though you may not feel like you have a bunch of extra fat, extra weight to burn, if you're doing that cardio, it will cause your skin to kind of contract. It will cause your muscles to get burning the energy, and your waistline will contract. You'll start to get toner muscles. You'll start to see more definition. And then the other thing is body weight workouts. So that's workouts without any weights, without any added, you know, equipment. So things that you can do right at home, those will get you super cut and super tone in a kind of a quick amount of time. I mean, I don't like bringing time into the equation, because I think it's all about lifestyle, and it's about your preferences, and it's about, you know, what you get to do and what you decide to do with your life. So I just, you know, body weight movements like push-ups, pull-ups, dips, squats, those things allow your body to do a lot of reps and get that tone, natural look. Now, if you're looking to do something that's toning, but it's not, but you want to use equipment for some reason, I would do a low amount of weight and do a lot of reps. So I would use, you know, maybe a 5-pound bar. If it's, I don't know who's asking this question because I didn't write it down. That's my fault. But you know, when you hear the word tone, oftentimes I think of a woman. So I'm just going to use a woman for this example, like a 5-pound dumbbell, and just do lots and lots of reps of you know, bench press type, you know, press, or flies, you know, like this, or you can do shoulder raises. There's a lot of different exercises you can do with a light amount of weights, but a lot of reps. That's what will allow your muscles to get more tone, firm, and noticed. And, you know, bodybuilders have been using that forever, where they use heavy weights when they're trying to get bigger, but they use lighter weights with more reps when they're trying to cut. And they also eat less food during that period as well, but that's a whole other story. So again, you want to be doing body weight workouts or lightweight, a lot of reps. And you also want to always make sure you're eating whole plant-based foods and eating the right amount of foods, the right amount of calories, and getting all your protein, and making sure you can then heal the body from those workouts that you're doing. And those things will allow you to tone up the body. And especially if you're not worried about losing weight, you just want to get tone, firm, and looking good, aesthetically pleasing. Those are the things that I would say. Here's another question. How do you find the time to work out when you work and have kids? I love this question. This is something that I really want to focus on in the future and today. And all the time, I love talking about people and making more time, and the idea of time and how it relates to health and wellness is so interesting to me, because I just see this constant friction where people are saying, I don't have enough time to do that. I don't have enough time to cook my own meals. I don't have enough time to work out in the morning. I don't have enough time. And I don't blame them. Time is the number one asset that we all have, and it's the one asset that we cannot get back. So everybody wants more time. That's why you see, it's okay. I'm not going to get too deep into the time conversation, because I'll just literally go on and on about time forever. But how do I find the time to work out would be, I literally make the time. So I looked at my whole schedule. I said, all right, well, I work from 7:30 to 4, and then from 4 to 9, I'm working on my own business. Where am I going to fit in a workout? It doesn't make sense to fit in a workout in that situation. And, anyone would be like, I can't do it. I just can't work out. Like, it would be pretty normal for me to say I'm not going to work out because of all the stuff that I do. I'm a super busy guy. In between all of that stuff, I have a family to raise. I have grocery shopping to do. I have, just all the normal stuff on top of, working for, it seems easy because I'm working from home, but it's the same thing as if I were to go to work and punch in 9 to 5. I work 7:30 to 4, and I get an hour lunch break. But, all that time is taken up with business, with work, with doing things. And if you're looking at just that time, it doesn't really make sense. So what do I have to do? Well, it's either I have to work out at night and take away from my business, which I will do, by the way. If I have to do that, I would do it, because I know that if my body isn't in a peak state, then my business will not grow. My business will be bottlenecked and stopped by me, because I'm not good enough. I'm not living up to my potential. I'm also not living in alignment with my vision and with myself, and everything will suffer from there. So I would actually sacrifice time off of my business in order to work out, but instead, I just wake up earlier. So I wake up at 5:30, get to the gym by 6 at the latest, get done at the gym by 7 the latest. So that's an hour workout. You can get a lot in an hour. Guys, you can do a workout in 20 minutes and have it be an amazing, intense, hard workout. And if maybe you just didn't know that, or maybe if this is your first time hearing it, I just want to just nail that home. You don't need to spend an hour, 2 hours in the gym. Oftentimes I get to the gym, and when I leave the gym, I'll see people that were already there when I got there, and when I leave the gym, they'll still be there. So, and I feel like those people are just overworking their body, or they're not effectively working out, and they're not getting the stuff done that needs to be done while they're in the gym. They're wasting time or something. I don't know why they're there for so long. But an hour workout is more than plenty of time. And 20 minutes, you can get an intense, amazing workout where you're drenched in sweat. So in an hour, that's 3 times that amount. You'll definitely be able to get a really intense, good workout in. So I wake up at 5:30, get to the gym by 6, get done at the gym by 7, get home and shower by 7:30, and then I sit down and I do my work on emails, on different things. And from there, I'm also, posting Instagram pictures and approving different posts that I want to post on YouTube and on Instagram, and working with my wife in order to create new posts for Instagram and YouTube, and just doing a lot of work on the business, as well as working, my regular job. But I actually don't do much work on my business while I'm doing my regular job, because that just that's not fair, right? I can't do that. I'm getting paid to do a certain job. I have to do that job. But my wife does a lot of the work, and I'll just be the final say. I'll be like, yes, that's good, post it, right? She'll just be like, is this good? I'm like, yes, post it. Is this good? Go for it. So it's always just like a kind of check and balance system there. And that's how I find time to work out. I just wake up super early and I go, right? And don't hit the snooze button. This is one of my mentors, this guy that I follow that I love. His name is Bedros Keuilian. He says, if you hit the snooze button, you're not hitting the snooze button so that you can sleep. You're hitting the snooze button on your own dreams, on your own life, and your life will pass you by while you sleep in bed. When the alarm goes up, I get out of bed and I go do the work. It makes me feel amazing. I often have really, really good insights and ideas and like breakthrough moments while I'm in the gym where I'm like, that's what I'm going to do. And then I go home and I'm able to execute on those ideas. And it's just like a big snowball effect. So I wouldn't miss a workout if I didn't have to ever, right? Like I've been waking up this week. It snowed like 10 inches the other day. So I didn't go to the gym. And it bummed me out. Like I really want to. You get to this point where it's like without that, you're not ever going to reach where you know you should be, right? You start feeling a certain way after the gym. Your brain is clear. Everything is more clear after you're done with the gym. But then when you don't go to the gym, it's kind of like fuzzy and crazy and it's just not the same. So you always want to go to the gym so you can get to that level that you know exists. So, I just never skip it unless I definitely have to because of weather or some other situation with my family. So I definitely wake up at 5:30 and get to the gym, and that's how I find the time. So in order to find the time, I would suggest you make the time. The time's not going to come to you. You're not just going to be handed time. As we all know, it's something that's fleeting and leaving us all the time. So make the time. And this is the final question that I have for today, and it's a good question. I like this question. So whoever sent this, thank you. I kind of just wrote them down in the description here. I didn't go crazy. It is, how did you feel when you ate meat and dairy versus now on a plant-based diet? That is a good question. I love that question because it just seeks the truth behind everything, and it pushes towards one thing that is unreasonably always going to be the same, is that the plant-based diet, the vegan diet, and you know what? I'm going to break that up. A vegan diet and a plant-based diet are different. And there's people on a plant-based diet that say they're on a vegan diet. Here's why it's different. People on a vegan diet do it for the animals, for the environment, for the ethical reasons behind it. People on a plant-based diet do it for the health reasons. They do it for the longevity, the energy, the vibrancy that they can get from eating it like that. So when I first started out, I was on a plant-based diet. Over time, I started leaning more into the animal rights, the ethical side, and the environment side, and now I would call myself a vegan. But the plant-based diet, when I was eating meat and dairy, to answer the question fully, when I was eating meat and dairy, I would eat the meat or dairy. I would then be very, very sleepy, tired. I would fall asleep, or I would just feel like I wanted to fall asleep, or I would feel bloated, or I would feel kind of like I would get stomach aches, and I would feel, I don't know. I would feel the same, except for like I could not reach the same amount of the same level of energy and vibrancy on a meat and dairy diet as I could with a plant-based diet. So the meat and dairy, I would feel tired after eating it. With plants, I'd never feel tired after eating. I feel like I could just go do whatever, or run. I could even run. I could do whatever. And I eat until I'm really full a lot of times. But it's a different kind of full. A full from meat makes you feel dead, lethargic. It makes you feel heavy. A full from plants makes you feel light. It makes you feel versatile and agile and able to move your body and go and try different things. So that's, so that's the main difference between when I was eating meat and dairy versus on a plant-based diet. It's just like the lethargic, tired feeling of eating meat just doesn't exist anymore. And a feeling of total energy and vibrancy all the time exists from a plant-based diet. Not to mention, like I said, I work out 5 days a week at least. And there's I never really feel like so sore that I can't do it again. Like I'll feel sore from working out, but my body recovers so fast. And I feel like it's because of the plant-based diet. Because when I used to eat meat and dairy, it would take like 3 days. I would still be sore. My joints would be kind of achy. I would be like kind of, I don't know, just it was not the same at all. And that's all I can really say. I'm a young guy, so maybe it's not as like visual, or maybe it's not as like contrasting for me, because I'm young, so like I didn't reach that many issues in my life from meat and dairy before I switched. However, I definitely noticed a difference, a big difference. Otherwise, why would I even stay on it if I didn't notice a difference? Like I said, I started on a plant-based diet because of the performance reasons, not because of the meat, and I mean not because of the ethical or environment reasons. And so, I would have quit if I didn't see increased performance and increased energy and vibrancy. But I did. I saw a huge increase. Not to mention I healed myself from a really terrifying disease. I had Lyme disease. That's a long story for another time. But when I had Lyme disease, it was just, it really tore me down, and I was able to heal myself using a raw plant-based diet and a really strict herbal regimen and a lot of focus on decreasing stress, meditation, and all. I used a lot of different things to change my life, but the number one thing was changing my diet. And I got better within months. Doctors were like, didn't know how I did it so fast, and they also didn't know why I was even coming to see them, because they said I was in perfect condition. When if they looked at me a month or 2 months before that, they would have seen that my heart rate was down to 30 beats per minute. I was overweight. I had red blotches all over me. I was sick. And I was nearly dying because my heart rate was so low. So pretty interesting story. We could talk about that another time. But when I was eating meat and dairy, I felt tired and lethargic and not well, and I didn't recover fast at all. It took a while. And on plants, I guess it's probably from all the anti-inflammation power of plants. Like so many different plants help decrease inflammation in the body. And if you're decreasing inflammation, it allows the blood to flow to the areas where you need to rebuild your muscles and rebuild your body. And it allows you to just recover faster, feel healthier, and be in better condition for getting back into the workout, getting back into doing the fun stuff the next day. So that's basically that's all I have for you guys today. So those were all the questions. I hope I answered everything good enough, and I hope that you guys tune in next week on Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you get your questions in. Comment below this video or any one of the videos on this channel, and I will get to your question Thursdays when I do the live Q&A, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm here in Pennsylvania, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend and week ahead of you, and I'll see you tomorrow, of course, because I go live every single day at 12 p.m. and that's 12 noon. and push that subscribe button below. I'll see you next time. I'm Ryan Kearns from Love Food Lifestyle. I love you. Peace.